How'd you do it? Show me. How'd you do it? How do you do it, Vinny? How do you do it? What is up, Sideways fam? Welcome back to the channel. As you can see, we're back on the Mk3 right now, and the 1jz is getting a lot of work done on it. Vinny's gonna go ahead and pull the valve covers off. Caden's got the BC264 cams, they just came in. If you haven't seen the video on the fuel rail for this, we went ahead and used the radium fuel rail this time. We usually only use Powerhouse Racing or Drift Motion, but in this case, we wanted to try something new. And we have now gotten a little bit deeper sponsorship with Radium, so it's gonna be great. I will be talking to the customer about some other supporting mods that I'm gonna try to see if we can get done in this video as well. And in this video, we should be getting the car started by the end of this video. So stay with it real quick. We're gonna go ahead and pull it apart real fast, do a few clips of us installing the cams, and then getting everything else done. We're gonna be doing fuel system in this video, running fuel lines, running fuel filter, getting that hooked up, doing the battery relocation, getting that done, hooking up the wiring harness that I'm finishing building today or tomorrow. And we're very excited because both of these cars that are going to be done this month, we both got 2 dynos for both these cars. So without any further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, so valve covers are off right now. Getting a quick look inside at everything. Cam lobes look okay. Looks like the engine hasn't ran in a long time, probably been outside. I mean, the cams are pretty rusty. We got the brand new 264s out of the box already, so those are ready. We're gonna put his old cams in the box and get those back to him because obviously we don't keep any of our customers' parts. So we're gonna go ahead and grab a wrench, blast off these 2 nuts right here. I already have the engine at TDC down there. And we'll tear it all down, get the new cams in, lube them up, lube them down, put them back together, get timing belt back on, and they can go ahead and get this thing all finished up today and buttoned up. So new cams going in right now, all nice and lubed up. Gonna torque everything down right now and then get the valve covers on, get timing put all back together, get everything set up to start, and then we'll start working on the fuel system. Alrighty guys, so I've gone ahead and made the executive decision that we're gonna go ahead and use Precision for this one. Comp is just taking too long to get the turbo here for the one that we ordered, so we'll have to use it on a different car. This is the turbo that he actually had sent me in his wish list that he wanted. We're gonna make some adjustments. We have drive shaft that we were gonna go ahead and do in one piece. You know, he's not gonna really need that anytime soon. So we're gonna go ahead and put an OEM Mk3 drive shaft that we have here that Vinny's over there kind of scrubbing down real quick just to get it all nice and cleaned up in his car to kind of help save some money on the turbo and see where else we can save a few other dollars too to make sure that we can get him a turbo that's going to perform awesome. It'll be really, really cool to see this turbo on a 1jz because we just tested it on Squire's car. It's definitely by far my favorite turbo that I've used as of so far. If you guys want to know the part number for the turbo, it is right there. This is the 5862 billet journal bearing Precision. We're going to open the box right now. This is what we're going to go ahead and be putting on. We were going to get him a 6265, which is a great turbo, but you know, this is just something that with Real Street and with Precision and with everybody kind of giving us all the love, you know, Precision will ship us a turbo tomorrow kind of thing, and I don't have to wait. And, you know, we've had a great experience with these things. So we're going to go ahead and get this thing out of the box real quick. Got the AEM Infinity in the box right here. Isn't that just a beautiful turbo right there, you guys? She is a beauty. This is the open scroll version of this. They do make this turbo as well in a twin scroll in an 81 AR. I've yet to try it. I am eager to try it. Maybe on one of my cars, I'll go ahead and buy that turbo as well for later. We're trying to find another competitive turbo to this by comp, but they haven't been able to give us the answer that we want as of lately about getting something custom made for us to get this done. So, I mean, she's a beauty. She's brand new. You can see that nice open scroll on there. Just super, super badass turbo. Also can know it's authentic because you got the brand new tag on that as well. So yeah, dude, you know, we're good to go. These things freaking are badass, man. So this is gonna be super cool to do. We're gonna go ahead and get this installed right now on his twin scroll manifold. If he wants to go twin scroll later, make more power, he can just upgrade the rear housing. And since I had my whole entire day derailed by one of my homies that came over and totally made my day a mess and wanted to hang out all day and talk to me all day, now I gotta go ahead and put all the timing together on this thing and get everything else done. They've already test fitted the intake manifold. I guess all this stuff is already kind of plumbed up. We already got the flex fuel sensor hooked up. Everything else good to go. So let's get it, you guys. Alrighty, so I'm gonna go ahead and put the timing belt back on. I've already replaced the cam seals. Like you can see, the cams are in, and I wanted to show you guys real quick his idler The idler on it, I mean, basically how you know these are bad is, can you spin that, Caden? You hear how it makes a bunch of noise? That's how you know these are bad. So we got a brand new Toyota one here that I'm gonna go ahead and install because this is no good. Just showing the customer from the video. Alrighty guys, so we got a bunch of progress done. My wiring harness that I build from scratch is already done. We're mocking up downpipe. We have an issue with the manifold on this one. The wastegate is too far out from the manifold. I guess we didn't cut it down enough, so we're gonna have to modify the downpipe more. So that's fine, no big deal on that. It's just extra work, more fab, more welding, more everything. Mark 3 Supras, for all you guys that are trying to go top mount turbo, you're gonna have a huge pain in the ass of getting your piping to fit and getting everything to work. So we've got our precision turbo right here. I've already tacked up the housing just to mock it up. You can see right now how it's all gonna fit. The housing will actually go right on the front like this, and the pipe will come out directly down over here, and we have plenty of room around it to make it all fit. That looks super, super awesome. And then also the line right here can actually come up where my finger is now and hug the actual pipe, where this will no longer be an issue. We'll be able to get the pipe in at the bottom down here for our return line, and that's just gonna look super nice and badass. So I'm gonna go ahead and weld this real quick, and we can go ahead and get the lines done, get the downpipe done, get the harness in. I can explain some more so about the harness in a bit, and get some more progress done. The cams are in, obviously valve covers are on, got the front of the engine together, working on that as well. All right, guys, so a little update. We got the water neck on. I went ahead and replaced the seals in the water pump pipe because those were really bad and leaking. That's all nice and done. This side of the intercooler piping is now finished. We actually mounted his intercooler so it's not just zip tied in and whatever. And we're gonna get going on our little budget build Powerhouse Racing Real Street Performance package we do for all the reservoirs for power steering and stuff. We have our Powerhouse Racing suction port. There's a part number if anybody wants to see it. That is going to make it so that we can just go ahead and drop this directly into all of our power steering pumps. We use this for pretty much every one of our kits. It has an O-ring built into here. And I'm gonna have Caden open that while I'm showing you. We went ahead and got a steel braided clutch line. It's gonna go from the Master to the RM54 now. And then we have our high pressure 6AN power steering line that's going to be going from the rack to the pump now. You can see right here, beautiful piece by them. You can clock it however you want. It has a little bolt that goes in here that allows you to be able to position it wherever the hell you want. That is so badass. It's right here in the box. We'll go ahead and put that on. We still need to replace the TPS because it was broken when it came in. He did have no power steering on this thing. If you guys don't remember from the last video, it had a delete bracket that had no AC and no power steering. So that is done. We'll be able to get coolant in the engine today. Intercooler piping we're gonna finish working on right now. Me and Caden are gonna get that done. Fuel pressure regulator will be in today, so we can go ahead and finish up the last of the flex fuel stuff and the return line to the tank. And we'll be pretty close to getting this thing started, you guys. So give me a little bit to get the piping done. We'll do some kind of last little rolls of everything, and then we're gonna start running the wiring harness to the firewall. Alrighty guys, so we have a lot of stuff done. Let's check it out. Look at how everything's coming out. Got the intercooler piping all done. I went ahead and did this whole entire side in one piece, and it came out really, really, really nice and really, really good. We're gonna insulate the hole there. I've never done the piping quite like this, but it looks really badass actually. The piping's all done on this side, how I typically do it. Always, we got that going really good right there. Precision just looks super, super nice in this thing. We still got to paint the water neck. I think we're going to go ahead and leave the precision, the cast, that way it matches the intercooler piping and everything too. Harness is already ran through the firewall. We still got to go ahead and bolt down the top cover, a few other things. But I mean, we're getting there, you guys. We got the power steering already all hooked up. We went ahead and made some custom braided AN fittings to the Powerhouse racing setup. We're going to go ahead and bring this up higher. We got to go ahead and put some vacuum caps on. I guess he's missing a throttle cable bracket as well, so we'll have to get him one of those, or order him one of those, or fab him up one of those, or something of the sort. And we got to go ahead and we're gonna have to cut and weld the downpipe. I have these brand new precision clamps and V-band. They do run a different V-band than the standard. It runs a 3 5/8 instead of a 3 1/2. So it is a slight difference. I mean, you can use any of the generic downpipes and stuff that will connect, but I mean, I like to use the proper stuff if we're going to be welding and cutting anyways. There's no reason to not spend the money. They are expensive, they're not cheap, but I mean, you know, you get what you pay for with all this stuff, dude. It's good quality material stuff, so it's going good, guys. So I have to dip out right now. I guess we're gonna have to come back to this on Monday or something. We're supposed to get the car started Monday or Tuesday and then be ready for dyno on Wednesday. I mean, we're kind of pushed for time. Hopefully everything goes well. So let's get a little break and we'll get in a little bit. Went ahead and got the 7MGTE fan blade with the LS400 modified clutch fan. So this is gonna work amazingly. We already know how good these things work. So from Hartrell's car. So as far as this goes, we still need to go ahead and finish fabricating the downpipe. That's gonna get done right now. We're gonna put the wideband in there. All the fuel lines are finally done and finished underneath the car. I will go over that in a little bit to show you guys, because I know the customer's also gonna wanna see. And in the back, we're gonna be starting on our battery location kit that's already been pretty much done. And fuel pumps and everything too. So what we're gonna do real quick, just to kind of show you what the deal is gonna be back here, is battery box is mounted in the back. He'll have to go ahead and make all this stuff fit the way that he wants it to fit. We have our OEM fuels set up right here. And we're gonna go ahead and put let me flip the camera real quick and I'll show you. We're gonna go ahead and put a riv nut right here in the chassis. You're gonna go ahead and ground your fuel pump connector that goes directly to your fuel pump. And then basically your power wire will now run from here to your fuel pump relays that we usually mount over there. They can mount them, you know, wherever they need. I've already went ahead and wired this up for twin fuel pumps, so that's going to be awesome for him. As far as the harness goes inside, I did have a hell of a problem with this car, and it still was going to be a hell of a problem with the wiring end of it. The customer initially told me that we were doing one thing, and then we ended up changing up the plan, I guess midway through, or he wanted to do something different. But for all you people that are missing your Mk3 connectors, in the case of this customer, he got lucky. I was able to source 2 of the OEM connectors. These are pretty much impossible to find. So that was great that I had these in one of my boxes that I charged them for. But I also went ahead and put a Deutsch connector in here. And with this connector, I've actually labeled every single wire color to match the OEM colors in the car. And then basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to hack his connector female off the car, and I'm going to solder all these back in so he can actually have what he needs to have everything working in the car. And then he'll be having a plug-and-play system. We will be putting in the Mk3 BTI system that we normally do in all the cars. I know the customer initially wanted to do a bunch of other stuff or whatever, but I mean, it's kind of what happens when you don't really know anything about Supras and hop into, you know, a 500 horsepower JZ build like just head on. So it looks amazing. I'm super stoked and excited about how this is all going to turn out. So let's get everything buttoned up and let's get this car started. I did have a little bit of doubt about this engine. I don't know how good it is. You know, with the customers providing the engines these days, we really kind of have no way of falling back on anybody. You know, we don't even know why this car was sold with this engine, or what the deal was, or why they didn't finish it, or why it wasn't running, or whatever. So let's cross our fingers and hope that both engines are good. This guy's car starting up today. We're starting up that car today. Have a whole bunch of new projects here at the shop that are waiting to get built. So let's get it done. Alrighty guys, so we're about minutes away from starting this thing, and I'm just gonna show you the Toyota TPS. if you break yours or it gets damaged in shipping or whatever the deal is, this is the one that you're gonna need to go ahead and get it going. And this is the least expensive one you can buy versus having to wait forever for the JDM one. So we're gonna go ahead and get this installed right now. We're pretty much done with all this stuff. I'll give you a quick run around right now. Alrighty guys, so we got the BTI fired up. You can start to see that everything's working on it. This is a new version of the Mark III unit. You can see it has the JZA70 unit there. We're gonna adjust that in a second. Danny's here setting everything up, so it's gonna be getting started here pretty soon. Gotta break that precision in. We'll do a few dry cranks to get that thing all nice and lubed up, and we'll hope for the best with this thing. All right, going. So as we can see, Adrian's car is running. We have done it tomorrow. It's going to be super busy for tomorrow to get all this stuff done. We have an okay expectation of what's going to happen. A lot of the time with these kind of cars, you have no idea. Since we didn't provide the engine and we don't know how long it's been sitting or who had it before, what the situation is, we don't really know what it's going to do. So we'll just see how tomorrow goes. You know, with stuff like this, the engine didn't kind of start up pretty good. It's pretty weird, but it does idle pretty good. So, I mean, all in all, we'll just see how the day goes. We hope for the best. Another Mark III completed. About to be on the road. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Next video will be on the dyno. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, guys. Until next time, guys. Peace.